with that left foot right across the path of Schüttler.
Just his second cap for Brazil, has the chance to score and send Brazil ahead. And the former construction worker gives Brazil their latest Brazilian building block as Brazil in the dying embers of the game.
Tears of joy from his family when it was announced he would represent Brazil in this international window. And there's tears of joy finding the back of the net for the first time. And make sure to remind Fort.
Ended up playing in Central Europe before being given the opportunity with Club Brugge with Belgium. Was spotted by Brentford. And now he has 19 goals in the English Premier League, only behind Erling Haaland of Manchester City. And here he is on just his second appearance for the national team, scoring and giving Brazil the lead against Croatia. Sometimes football is beyond beauty. Now what do Croatia have up their sleeve in the dying embers? Ball manoeuvres over to the far left-hand side and Maya. His goal was swiftly pushed to one side by Brazil. Moro. Maya.
Minutes of stoppage time in the second half.
It's a long ball forward now over to the far side. Out of play and into touch. Now then, the hardest worker of the match, presented by Lowe's Home Improvement, is Marquinhos, who has been flawless at centre-half once again, Jamie Watson. He's hardly put a foot wrong all evening.
96% completed passes, 7 clearances, 4 of them of the headed variety. Marquinhos has been the leader for this Brazilian back line. Comes back into the lineup after missing the match against France, and he's hardly put a foot wrong, as you astutely mentioned, all night long.
Just to make the challenge is Danilo. Decision will fall in favour of Croatia. Can they find a late equalising goal? Pasalic looking to get a touch. Here he is again, the Orlando City player. It's a lovely inviting ball in once again. Marquinhos is there to clear. Thiago with the necessary challenge. Endrick now manoeuvring forwards. In behind now for Martinelli. Martinelli! Seals the lead.
Shut up. Down, roll it though.
Relief, accompanied by the biggest sense of Brazilian belief. This looks like the side so many expected to see. Brazil 3, Croatia 1.
It took the Brazilians conceding to Croatia to finally remember, at the heart of it, it's about the attack for this Brazilian side. And the substitute, Endrick, he's earned the penalty. This time, he plays the ball into the path of Martinelli. Take no discredit from Martinelli with this finish. Endrick actually puts him farther out wider than he would prefer. So the angle's going against him. The degree of difficulty is rising, but the Arsenal striker has been in fine form this season. Lashes it to the far post. A sense of relief for Brazil, but a comfortable win that they fully deserve is what it will culminate in.
The goal from Gabriel Martinelli, that will feel as though the weight of the world lifted from the shoulders of Brazil. Carlo Ancelotti hasn't been short on suffering criticism in the Brazilian media, in the international media over the course of the last few weeks. One or two suggesting this Brazilian side nowhere near the finished article. It looked as such from an attacking perspective over the course of the last 90 minutes here in Orlando.
It really did take the goal to wake this Brazilian side up. So while the scoreline will read 3-1 and the 46,398 fans, mostly wearing the Brazilian yellow, will go home happy, Carlo Ancelotti will be under no disillusions. There were large stretches of this match where Brazil were on borrowed time, sitting in and inviting pressure, not threatening Croatia whatsoever in behind. And then finally, when this match went 1-1, it was all of a sudden it clicked for Brazil to threaten in behind.
They do so again. Hayan in behind, the angle against him. Hayan! Would have been a dream moment for the debutants. Matching on to another perfect pass from Marquinhos. Now a free kick to Croatia.
All the respect from Hayan for staying on his feet. He rounded the corner, and with the contact from a trailing position, if he goes down, it's a real decision about a denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. But the debutant looking for his first goal. He had bigger ambitions than going down and winning a red. He wanted to find the back of the net.
Pasalic able to latch onto it. Musa. Thiago now into the wide areas, and Hayan could go at them again. Danilo down under the challenge. Referee says play on. Andrés Santos cutting off the angle. Fabinho and co with work to do. Here come Croatia. Smolicic. And the effort towards goal is charged down once again by a Brazilian body. In it comes once more. Cleared to safety. So then do we have one more foray for a Croatia side that have offered plenty in front of goal today. Brazil look as convincing as ever from an attacking point of view. Marquinhos with some defending to do. And here come Croatia again. Combination of Fabinho and Marquinhos able to rid the danger for now. And there goes the final whistle. The shaking of the hands from two well-known footballing coaches. But it's Carlo Ancelotti's Brazil. A fine victory over Croatia by 3-1. Brazil, of course, took the lead in the first half. Croatia found their way back into the realm of relevance courtesy of Lovro Majer's goal. Igor Thiago, with a dream moment from the penalty spot, scored his first goal in international football before Gabriel Martinelli sealed the victory for Brazil. Final score here in Orlando, Brazil 3. And Jamie Watson, your takeaways from the game?
When Brazil were on the front foot and willing to threaten it behind, they were typically Brazilian in their decision to be able to threaten their opponent at their peril, at their will. There were times that it was just too much defending from Brazil. You got to give Carlo Ancelotti all the credit. Tactically made the shift to put Vini out wide from the start. A lesson learned from the match against France. Brings on João Pedro. And the substitutes really changed the game, in particular Endrick, who comes on in the 76th minute. He makes the most of that, winning the penalty, assisting the third goal. And it's Brazil, when they stay at the heart and the core of who they are, the Men's World Cup.
At times, it was just like watching Brazil. Full, fabulous flow